Jibing is an action that uses everything the team has to offer, both tactically and organizationally. The big picture goal here is to keep the boat going fast through the jibe. Choosing the right wave or puff jibing is part of the magic to excelling at this part of the game. A good wave to surf down can allow the boat to maintain speed and make for an easier turn and an easier jibe, and a good puff will allow the boat to sail at a lower angle, also allowing the turn to be less dramatic. In addition to the time and place to jibe, there's the big picture goal of rotating the spinnaker. This takes good coordination between the trimmers and clear organization within the cockpit to make sure the sheets run free. As a driver, you should really try to stay dialed in to the speed of the boat through the angle of heel and pressure on the kite. The jibe is about getting from that dialed in mode on one jibe to the same dialed in mode and feeling on the other. So the driver needs to develop a good memory for the feeling in the boat when it's fast on one jibe and find that same feeling on the other jibe. As the jibe begins, the driver has to bear away slowly, watching the trimmers as they rotate the spinnaker, careful not to jibe through the wind until the clew of the spinnaker is almost at the windward shrouds. Then as the main comes across, the driver should head up to the new course more quickly. It may be tempting to watch the Windex during the jibe, but the Windex can be dizzying, so it's better for the driver to watch the rotation of the clew, the crew's progress, and the horizon, then effectively jibe the boat. Jibing in lighter air may also require the crew to use weight to roll jibe the boat. The driver should talk the crew through the pace of the jibe using their weight with the helm to turn the boat. Rotating the spinnaker is a job for both the driver and the trimmer. If the driver swings the boat without considering the trimmer, then the spinnaker will likely end up with a wrap or hourglass. So while as a driver you may want to push the crew a bit, you also want to pay attention to their progress, slowing the turn if the crew is moving slowly for the turn of the boat. The main trimmer's role depends on conditions. In light air, he may be able to jibe the main freehand, but in heavy air, he may have to trim the sail across by using the purchase of the main sheet, leaving the sail vulnerable to overtrim when exiting the jibe. When sailing with a crew of 5, the main trimmer loads the new spinnaker sheet onto the winch for the headsail trimmer, pulls the main across as the boat turns through dead downwind, and watches to see that the top batten on the main flips through on the jibe, giving a quick pump if necessary to clear it. Here main trimmer Clark Dennison does a nice job in showing the pump as part of the natural motion of the boom swing. The more the driver and the trimmer watch the same clues, such as the rotation of the spinnaker clue, the more they are reacting on the same common ground. Here you see how Dave Bonney stays really focused on watching for the rotation of the clue around the forestay because the timing affects his own job. The headsail trimmer works really hard on the jibe because he has a lot of sheet to swing around the boat. Here Brent both eases the old and trims the new spinnaker sheet, but not without a lot of help. When sailing downwind, the trimmer is focused on the horizon to notice when the driver heads up or down, as well as the curl of the spinnaker on the luff. In Brent's routine, he does the following: steps into the cockpit to grab the new sheet, eases the old sheet off, and immediately trims in on the new sheet. Once he sees the rotation has gone well and the boom has cleared overhead, he moves to a better vantage point, while easing the sheet out to fine-tune on the new course or the new jibe. The mast man has to be flexible during the jibe, filling in where necessary. Here you can see that Thomas's role can be shifting weight and adding communication about boats around, since the tactician may be occupied, or it could be helping clear the sheet around the boat, or it could even be as a secondary trimmer bringing the new sheet around in heavy air as the weight has to be shifted aft in the boat and the loads become more difficult on the sheets. It's extremely helpful if the mast man is proactive about the weight shift because his movement can help remind others who may be concentrating on other things that it's time to shift gears. The bellman has a rigid routine to adhere to. Here you can see that in Townley's routine, she steps up from her position on the rail, overhauls the new sheet as the trimmer trims the spinnaker to the new jibe, and then moves to the windward side to fine-tune the weight trim. Because crew roles and responsibilities on the J105 overlap in so many ways, it's really important for all the team members to have a solid big-picture understanding of what you're trying to accomplish in boat handling, favoring well-rounded sailors who can assist in several of the jobs on the boat.